Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, definitely make sure to subscribe. So today we're going to be reacting to new leaks show group chats of Andrew Tate bragging about women. All right, let's get into it.
There was a big reveal. Evidence from the Andrew Tate trial got leaked somewhere, and essentially conversations that he had in his place called the War Room, which was like it used to be his course that he would basically sell people on to make lots of money, and he would have private conversations with these people, telling them, "This is instructional on how to manipulate women into doing X work for his words." So let's meet.
This man just looks so out of it, yo. Like, he looks like, bruh.
Who's one of the trafficking victims in the case against Andrew Tate, the legal one, as well as Georgina, who's his BB, which is bottom bitch. Okay, and bottom bitch is basically the woman beneath the pimp who helps recruit the other women and keep them in line. Because women trust other women a lot more, a lot of men will use these kinds of women to manipulate women. Okay, so this is the conversation. Not my words, you're gonna read it. Update on the two girls living together. So they became good friends, everything was stable. The girl who moved lost her support network at home. Cemented her move, talking about staying forever, can't wait for me to come back, etc. Essentially, this girl moved from somewhere else to come live with Andrew. She lost her family network back home as a result. Okay, so Andrew says, so I had to tighten the screw. So I said somebody in her old town told me she worked in a sex club. I literally made this up from the sky. Started calling her a liar and threatening to kick her out, but the real goal is for her to agree to never go anywhere without me, not even her hometown. I need her working, not visiting friends back in her hometown. So putting nails in that coffin, saying people are talking bad about her. So basically what he's doing in this conversation is he's working towards isolating her from her loved ones, her family and fans, so she can never go back and she has to rely on him for everything.
That's crazy.
Okay, so this is the conversation that he had with Jasmina privately through WhatsApp. You worked in a sex club. I did not work in a sex club. I'm not lying. Where did you get this out from? So you'd rather believe them. So she really believes other people are talking shit about her. I told you the truth. These people want me no good. I don't know who you have talked to, but I've only slept with 4 men in my life and you were one of them. I have never lied to you. You said it yourself that people will try to destroy us, break us apart. I've heard things too, but I choose to believe you and not them. Well, probably should have believed those things. Andrew, answer me please, and tell me this is a joke, because I really don't want to believe that you mean what you're saying.
Silence.
I'm freaking crying alone in a room and you think I'm not serious? I'm tired of this so-called friends acting like friends and ruining my chances to be happy, and it hurts that you believe that. Where am I now, Andrew? Here? Why? Because I'm serious. Andrew replies, serious girls don't lie. Yes, I understand, she says. You are not going back to Tismore even to visit without me. You understand? So Tismore is where she's from, her hometown. He said, basically, she told him, you're never going back. And she says, yes, I understand. My people there are telling me you talked to tons of men and worked in a sex club. I'm not having you go back there for them to call me and tell me more shit. She replies, that's a lie, but as I said earlier, look at me. Andrew replies, you don't need to leave the house in Bucharest without either me or Georgina. We are together always. So this is how he socially isolated her. Let's go to part 2. Update on the two girls living together. If anyone doesn't know the story, ask the guys here to find out for you. So I told my girl to send me a picture. She said this. All right, so then he puts a screenshot of what she wrote to him. She writes, at the same time, I have a few things, very few, but rules I can't break because I'm old-fashioned and I still believe in God. 1, I never sent a picture of me in lingerie ever. I made a promise to God and myself and I will keep it. 2, I will never do video chat or OnlyFans because my body's intimate and I only want my husband should be able to touch and see. 3, if I give you my love, I'm expecting the same thing back. 4, the man I love should not hit or beat me up. This is it.
That is so hypocritical. How you gonna say that you not gonna send pictures of you in lingerie, but you slept with 4 niggas? What?
4 things are respected when it comes to me, then there's no way we can ever fight. I listen when I have to, I'm quiet when I'm supposed to, and I'm definitely dedicated on being a good wife, waking you up in the morning with fresh coffee and a meal, all yours and forever. This is the way I was raised. Had this on my heart the whole day, so I had to say it. You are the perfect man for me and the man I've been dreaming to meet and have a family with since I was a kid. Now it's your turn to decide if the things change the way you see me or if I'm still the woman you want to spend your life with. I do. Do you? So basically she's saying, don't make me out to be a whore and don't beat me up. Those are her requirements, which I think most men watching think that's reasonable. Andrew's goal is he flies these women out, he makes them fall in love with him, he uses sex as a manipulation tool, per his words, not me.
I use sex as a tool to make women love me so they'd obey me and live in my house and make me money. That's what I wanted. So yeah, on CobraTate.com, I have my PhD program, and that is PhD is a pimp and hose degree that I'm.
Clever.
And that teaches basically how I got girls, how I met girls, how I got girls to like me, how I got girls to fall in love with me to work on webcam for me. And you're always working. Why don't you work for me so we spend more time together? Work for you doing what? So I'll have a webcam business. Oh, I don't want to do that. So okay, I know you don't want to do that, but listen. Come, let's have a meeting. Let's just talk about it. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. Fine. But let me explain it to you properly. In fact, I'll bring one of the girls who works for me. Your bottom bitch is the one who does the selling. You don't do the selling. The girl has to hear it from a girl. And this is where your bottom bitch has to be trained. That's why I said it's so important to have a good first girl. Because that's what I did. That was my MO, was find girls, make them love me, and make them work for me.
And then these were women.
I ain't gonna lie, where has this footage been the entire time? I have never heard these videos before. This man.
Who've never done adult work. They've never been interested in doing adult work, but he would find ways to isolate them from their friends and family, make them go broke, and then try to get them into the cam business so he can make a profit off them. So regardless of either whether you think that's legal or not, it's gotta be some evil shit. To isolate somebody from their friends and family just so you can make financial gain?
This video is brought to you by Surfshark.
No matter where I'm at, all right, whether it's in my house or in my Airbnb when I'm away or in Antarctica. Or even when I'm taking a shit, I need to have access to all my programs. Hey! But sometimes the internet doesn't allow me for that because it's restricted because of the area that I'm in. Change my VPN that I'm using. Anything that you want, ABBA, crazy.
Target for cams or OnlyFans, right? So let's take bets. Will I get her to work? Anonymous poll. So basically he's asking the people in the group chat, do you think she's gonna get to work for me after seeing that message? And one of the guys replies, yeah, that isolation is critical. I have no experience in this realm, but I would try to be good cop, bad cop. This is from Mac J, one of the people who are part of the war room. Act deeply hurt by her refusal. Flip it on her and get her to start feeling guilty or cry. Then have my BB, bottom bitch, ask why she's upset. Tell her how religious she used to be and how easy fun camming is. Again, never had to do anything like this, but maybe it works. And then Tate replies,
this is so manipulative.
I'm actually going to add a layer of separation. I will use Georgina as the bottom bitch and pretend I don't care. Either way, she can't attack me for tricking her. She looks super adamant about not doing this. She even made bullet points. I still bet yes because you're a top G, but it would be super impressive to see it in action. So basically these guys are just discussing how they're going to traffic these women and get them to do the cam work.
Well, as a course, right?
There's a course to it, but this group chat's just private. For the select few who want to be human traffickers, I guess, and have girls do cam for them. So Tate in this says, another element, since she's moved, she's been fed, but nothing else. She's broke, she can't go home, she can't leave the house. Man, I almost sound evil, but I'm not. I'm a shepherd leading the sheep. Tate goes on to say, so now I know she's broke, and I know what I believe the objections to be. My plan is to use Georgina as a bottom bitch to convince her I don't give a shit if she cams, but the only way she will have serious money is if she does. Isolate her from her friends and family, make her dependent on you, give her food, and tell her the only way she can make money is if she does the camming stuff, because she's not allowed to leave the house without you. So he asks her, let her panic a little bit. Remember, she asks for money now. That's scary for her. And I'd come back with, yes, we need to be together, but every girl in Romania asks me for money. I know you're not like them, are you? Make her qualify herself as not a gold digger. And she says, no, I'm not. Then come in with, we're going to be traveling together. I'm working from home, my phone. We're a team. You're going to listen to me and work from your phone too.
I'm not going to lie. This is just crazy. I just want to know, where are these messages coming from? Like, who leaked them? Like, are they actually for real? Because if they are, my dude, you look guilty as fuck. I didn't want to believe it, but if this is really for sure screenshots, you're going to jail.
Send her a pic of an Ibiza beach. Ibiza is an island, if you're unaware. And because Cam has been soft floated before, I'd go for a hard close. If outright refuse, don't reply. Let her sit broke to think. So basically, if she don't reply to the offer or she's not down, then don't reply and make her worried because she's in love with you. One of the guys writes, Tateism in a sentence. It's all beautiful. A beautiful game of chess. So these guys are in a group chat really bragging about manipulating women into...
That's nerd shit.
This is her talking to Georgina, the ex-cop who's his bottom bitch.
You have said, my job was to meet a girl, go on a few dates, sleep with her, get her to fall in love with me to the point where she'd do anything I say, and then get her on webcam so we could become rich together.
I don't think that's what I personally said. I think
that's exactly what you said on your website.
No, I've never said that.
Okay, so that's the general gist of the conversations. Considering everything else we've seen from this guy in regards to some of the stuff he said, what do you think?
Well, a lot of videos that I've seen about him and the interviews that I've seen, he's denying everything.
Yeah.
It's very weird. It's easily provable. Like, is it because you're trying to save face or whatever, or you're trying to... I don't know. I don't know. Well, we don't know. But he did say that in his chat on his website, on courses that he has.
Yeah.
Like, they took computers. Yeah. Even if you delete something off your computer, they have ways to retrieve all that stuff, right? So it's not really looking good. Cause that's just...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It isn't looking good, like, at all. But I'm trying to remember the interview that he had with whatever news channel that was, and he just kept denying it and saying that you're taking certain parts out of my clips, taking them out of context to fit your narrative. So honestly, what I'm gonna do, because I'm not gonna say you look guilty, I'm not gonna say none of that. I'm just gonna say it looks bad. It looks very bad. So honestly, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna look for these interview clips and I'm gonna just watch these videos and see if they were or weren't taken out of context. Because my man, if you really is doing this shit, that's not okay, like, at all. Like, hell no. And I really like watching Andrew Tate's clips. Like, he's a funny guy. He's talked some real shit, but this whole thing about, like, women and stuff is very not looking good, if you know what I mean. But yeah,
just one thing that got out, right? And they're not just basing themselves on that. They got
way more. And
it's not just... When I thought it was one country. It's not one country. It's actually 3 countries that are talking about that. It's like, it's a lot to manage. Just when one country is against you and you've been talking shit about that country, when 3 are working together to take you down, man.
Yeah, I'll say this. Those conversations, from what I understand, have been authenticated. I guess is part of what DICOT, the people who are prosecuting Tate, found. And there's probably way more of that since this leaked only now. The fact that they have that is very telling for me. That looks like textbook manipulation and fraud. The fact that he was on offer these women marriage with the sole intention of turning them into webcam workers. The things and the tactics he was using to isolate them from friends and family in order to make sure he could brainwash them. Yeah.
And wait. So I don't remember if Tate said this at all, but I know he said that he believes in, like, Islam and all that. So do y'all think that this man is really Muslim, or he's just using the religion for his own benefit? Because in Islam you can have multiple wives, which is an easy way to be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna marry this girl, and have her do this and that and that. That's what I'm thinking, but let me not jump the gun.
Absolutely, he's taking young and impressionable women for that very reason. I have no problem. This falls right under the textbook definition of Loverboy method. Before, I was like 80% sure he's guilty. Now I'm 100% sure. When I see messages like these, and people can't say, oh, Abba, you don't know if it's a character or if he really did that shit. So what? Even in private conversation, this guy's also making it up. Some of you guys got to stop coping. Y'all want to talk about the fact that women aren't very logical? You guys are bending over backwards, breaking the real boundaries of reality just to believe something you want to believe. It's fine to say Tate was a good influence in your life and he offered you good advice. I don't even mind. It's very possible that's true.
What is the possibility?
It doesn't change the fact that the two things can be true at the same time. He was good for you in terms of your development as a man. He said some true things.
That's
and
facts.
2 and 3, he's a sex trafficker. And everything I've heard from his own mouth, his own private conversations, tells me that's what he is.
R. Kelly made some banging beats. He peed on underage people.
Drip, drip, drip.
A lot of people in the comments were talking about, yeah, but why are we going after him when other companies and other people have been doing that? The difference with him is that he's not only doing that with other people, but monetizing his tactics to do that to other people, which makes it worse. People are going to want to crack down on that. You understand what I'm saying? It makes it even worse. It's worse that you're trafficking people, but you're monetizing not only the trafficking, but you're monetizing the fact that, hey, let me show you how. And it's creating other people. They actually, whenever there's something like, we're talking about drugs or any gang-related things or anything, they want the top G. Yeah. They want the person, the one that produces all the little ones, the little minions and things. Yeah. Whether it's drugs, they're not gonna go after.
Yeah, I think that's what it is too. Because y'all have to also think this man has such a great influence on social media right now, and men in general, like right now. So they want his ass, and they gonna get him.
Even though there's a lot of people that are selling the drugs, they're gonna go after the top G and turn these little ones against that top one, so we can get the top one. That's what's gonna happen. And in that case, he's the one that's creating other people. So of course they're going after him.
I'll say this.
That's a really good question. I'm charged with being the head of an organized criminal group, which is in charge of recruiting girls to make TikTok videos.
They face charges which include human trafficking and forming a criminal gang to sexually exploit women.
OnlyFans is the best hustle in the world. They're accusing me of using the lover boy method, coercing them by being nice.
I wasn't sure about some of the other charges, but just listening to how little regard he has for these people, knowing they would never want to do this work and manipulating them, isolating from their friends and family, making sure that they got zero access to money, using every tactic in the book to dehumanize them and make sure they're the lowest of the lows, it wouldn't surprise me if he raped them. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I'm not saying it did happen, but considering how he talks about Georgina, considering the text that they said about her threatening these women with violence, right? He's directly responsible for that. The same way when they come after a criminal organization, the head boss is responsible for what the lackeys do, right? That's why when they bring a RICO charge or they're doing something against organizations, everybody going to jail for the murders, right? Because even though you didn't do it, the people under you did it for the benefit of the group. Georgina, and when she makes those threats of violence against other people, right? She's doing it on behalf of Tate and his empire. But if that's why they're getting charged as an organization.
And if he's the top person of that organization and they can prove that, well, then he's the one that's going to go down. So that's why.
Yeah. Would you think there would be this much skepticism or this much weirdness about the whole thing if this was children involved? Isolating them, doing all this stuff?
No.
Can I ask you? And let's say you're right. You know what? Let me concede to you guys. Let's say they aren't sympathetic victims and they shouldn't be sympathetic. That's fine. Just because they're not, should we not charge the person who's scamming and defrauding them? The person who's luring them in with promises of marriages and doing all this shit to try to push them into a life that they want?
Yeah.
Right? I think I heard Destiny say that, but he's just like, older people should know better, but they still are the ones most likely to be scammed by psychics and everything else. Mm-hmm. Should we abandon them to the scammers just because they should have known better?
No, we should go to the scammers. Because scammers are going to scam, and that's what they do.
I'm just saying, I don't understand this line of thinking either. Whereas these women are clearly being victimized by someone who's trying to fuck them over and defrauding them, okay? Stealing their money and their income.
And over time, I just built up this big little empire of webcam girls. At one point, I had 4 locations, 75 girls working for me. I'd take around half of the money, around 50%.
You take 50%.
Around 50%.
They thought they were on 50%. 50? And I said that the disparity is because of taxes.
Self-admittedly, right? Luring them away from their friends and family, doing all.
Why would he say this in bro?
This stuff and promising life of marriage, which that's trafficking. We should still charge him, irrespective of whether or not these women were gullible or not. And if it was a man in this situation being lured, I would want the same thing. But that's me.
Yeah, but bro, they're whores, gold diggers.
That's what they gonna say.
Oh. Did this man really just say that?
Yeah, but bro, they're whores. Gold diggers.
That's what they gonna say.
That nigga's like, they whores, bro. Nah, but honestly, that's some real shit. Like, I don't know. People, man. I just don't get why you would go in front of a webcam and be like, yeah, I did this. Like, you're basically incriminating yourself, which makes me, I don't know. I don't know what to believe, y'all. I don't know what to believe. But anyways, y'all, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.